Welcome back YouTube, wir ist hier van S23. This here is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and we are going to do the 3dMark extreme test, guys, just to see how much the phone gonna handle. So this here is the result that I got only from one loop yesterday. So right now the phone has been relaxing all night, and I just go here wildlife extreme test, guys. Before we start, I'm gonna take a reading just to make sure that we know what happens. Okay, so as you can just see right now the phone is 26.7 and I do have 23 degrees ambient temperature. So without any further ado, guys, let's start the wildlife extreme stress test. If you don't know what it is, this is the wildlife extreme test, but it's run 20 times in 20 loops, and what the tool does, it measures the scores from all the loops, so we know the starting point, then we know the score of every round, and at the end of these 20 tests we're gonna see what was the lowest score, what was the highest score, and then we're gonna get a rating on stability. And stability actually is very important, guys, specifically if you play games or if you are a very heavy user. Why? Because the more you play with this phone, with this bigger screen, bigger resolution, right, the more the phone will produce heat, and heat can be the enemy, right? So some phones, right, they have aggressive throttling performance, meaning that when the phone starts to get hotter and hotter, the CPU management tools like the governors, they'll try to reduce the performance to cool the phone down, because heat, remember, is the enemy, and of course also heat dissipation leads to battery draining. Now the 8 Gen 2 really produced so far very good results. I personally have the Xiaomi 13, you can watch this video here, and we've seen the 8 Gen 2 in bigger phones like the X90 Pro Plus from Vivo doing something like 92%, 96% stability performance rating, which is really crazy. And we also seen some indication that apparently the S23 Ultra is not doing so well. So alright, what I'm gonna do right now, enough talking, guys, I'm gonna speed up the video. Let's do these 20 rounds. I'm only gonna pause to do some temp readings, and usually where the phone gets hotter is around the camera. You can already see, guys, it is 34.5 just from the first round. And you can also see, and only the first round I'm gonna do normal speed, that the phone really is doing this benchmark, yeah, without any problems at all, with having almost a very nice frame rate. Actually, the first loop I did yesterday got an average frame rate of 22 FPS. But enough is enough, guys. Let me speed up. I'm gonna do the measuring, and then we all going to witness what happens and how Samsung is managing the heat, the performance, and yeah, we're just gonna see the performance rating with the very first AWA6 update, One UI 5.1 Android 13 Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. They say it's epic, we have to test it. Alright, guys, we are already in loop number 7, so let me just take a reading, 41.4. And this is really interesting. When I was doing the same test for the Xiaomi 13, guys, it got something like 44, 45 at some extent. Also very important, I was able to prove yesterday with hardware device info that indeed here the bigger clock from the SoC is clocked higher. So this was no gimmick. We all knew this from the leaks, but right now that's the reality. So you can also check my video, guys. Yesterday I did a very nice first impression video on the S23 Ultra that actually went far more beyond the first impression. I also compared it with the S22 Ultra design wise, and then of course I showed some of the One UI 5.1 perks and also some other good stuff. But it is what it is, guys. So right now what I'm seeing on the screen, for me, it seems that up to round number 8, we're doing quite nice. But okay, let me now speed up the video. I'm gonna do one more reading just before it ends, and then we are going to discuss the results. And if you like results, you can sub for the channel. Thank you so much. Taking another temp reading in round number 12, and we are now 43.4 Celsius. round number 17, and I am doing another temp reading, 43.1, guys. So we can now confirm that the temperature is really stable, right? So 43, not going beyond 43, and I've seen the Xiaomi 13 going up to 44, 45, which makes me think that perhaps here the stability rating is not going to be so good, because I'm not sure how Samsung decided to really manage the whole thing, the sustained performance, how they handled it. And we also know there is this Thermal Guardian Good Lock module. I didn't touch now anything. I want to give you just what is the real experience, the basic one from the box, all right? Okay, 2 more rounds to go. And here we are now, guys, one final reading before we see the results. 42.4 Wildlife Extreme test. Wow, the phone, I can tell you, the phone feels hot in my hand. Let's do a reading here. 41.8. All right, and let's see. Stability is 65%, which is actually not ideal. I really was hoping to get more. Well, if I need to say something positive, guys, the only fact is that we don't really have severe drops here. All right, so you can just see the first few loops were 3,800, and the performance over time dropped gradually to the 2,478 in loop number 20. So the lowest loop score is 2,400. Now, I am not really very happy with those results. Battery level from 76% to 62%. Temperature 25% to 42%. The frame rate 11 frames per second to 28 frames per second. And guys, you can just see here there was only one like very big frame drop. Now, honestly, this is kind of the bad news, but the good news is, see here, guys, the frame rate, right? So the frame rate, although declining with time, it's still, yeah, performing stable. Stable, of course, with the fact that we don't have here the severe drops, right? We've seen phones like the Huawei where this looks very, very bad. So if there are any good news, the good news is, yes, that sustained performance right now is not perfect, right? And if you try to play for long times, maybe you're gonna get some not so nice results. Now, a lot of people are gonna ask me, did you put the phone to performance mode? Did I disable the game optimizing services? No, guys, I just wanted to do this like every other user would do this, like take the phone out of the box and not try to temper it. So stability rating, Wildlife Extreme stress test, 65%, guys. I'm gonna do more videos on the S23 Ultra, so if you want to get your primary source of truthful information, yeah, just visit the channel. And if you have some requests, you want me to test something, let me know. This is over, and bye.